Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review is the series where I discuss books which impact the compliance practitioner, the legal professional, and the business professional. I hope you will enjoy this episode. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network. First, a quick word from our sponsor. Welcome to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review posts each Sunday, each week. And this week, for June 5, we take up D-Day, The Longest Day by Cornelius Ryan. Ryan specializes in the atmosphere of gritty tales of men at war on this fateful day. The book is the earliest and still in many ways the best, based on over 3,000 interviews with eyewitnesses or participants. Part of his trilogy on World War II, it stands out for its tight focus on June 6 rather than a broader look at the Normandy campaign. Next up, Decision in Normandy by Carlo d'Este. Ryan's book specialized in the atmosphere and gritty tale of men at war. D'Este's book offers the months of planning, controversy, inter-allied bickering that preceded the landing. It is absolutely essential for the operational detail of the landing and the tough fighting in the Normandy bocage and the Allied breakout with Operation Cobra. When it comes to campaign analysis, this book literally is one of the best. My personal favorite is Max Hastings Overlord, which really splits the difference between the other two, providing a detailed operational and tactical account along with a sensitive eye to the human side of combat. It is Anglo-centric, a refreshing change from much American literature on the campaign, and it takes a special delight in knocking the fighting qualities of the U.S. infantry. All three of these books are excellent in their own way, and I would suggest actually that you read all three. If you want to take things in a very different direction, look at Invasion 1941. This is a book by Hans Spiedel. Spiedel was a chief of staff to Erwin Rommel, whose Army Group B had the task of defending the Western Europe against the Allied invasion. Since the American and British authors tend to stress the difficulty of the landing, it can be useful to consider the German point of view and the difficulty of defending such a vast stretch of coastline with an adequate number of divisions. The author's account of the command conferences are among the most important documents of the era. The former saw Hitler, Rommel, Jodl, and von Rundstedt hashing out the operational possibilities on the front, only to be interrupted by Allied air attacks. Huddling in the air raid shelters, Hitler admonished Rommel not to worry about the course of the war, but only his own invasion front. The latter was a stormy session where Field Marshal Model accused Rommel of depression and defeatism. Obviously, those things were playing high on the mind of Erwin Rommel. As we move towards this anniversary of D-Day, we have fewer and fewer D-Day veterans alive. I don't know if you've had the chance to meet any. I have, and it's a very moving experience. The books I've cited in here are excellent. As I said, my personal favorite is Max Hastings, but I've read all three from the Allied side, and you can't go wrong, but I'd suggest all three. This week, the Communicators Society awarded 2 podcasts on the Compliance Podcast Network awards of distinction. The first was Gwen Hassan's Hidden Traffic, and the second is Karen Woody's Classrooms Insider. So congrats to Gwen and Karen for these awards. Also, we have a new podcast on the Compliance Podcast Network, 2 actually. The first is All Things in Investigations. It's from the law firm of Hughes Hubbard, where I interview lawyers in their investigations practice, and the Woody Report, where I take a deep dive into securities law with securities law professor Karen Woody. Look for both of these shows on the Compliance Podcast Network. And we actually have one more, which is Taxman on the intersection of tax and compliance, where with my tax colleague extraordinaire Tracy Howell, we look at 5 different issues that every compliance officer needs to be aware of regarding corporate tax. It's a fascinating series that's on a topic not often explored.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.